In the heart of South Asia, in the shadows of the Himalayas and the tranquil plains, lie the untold stories of millions of women and girls facing a silent battle. A battle that transcends physical challenges, cutting deep into the cultural fabric of society. This is the story of menstrual health and hygiene, a narrative of struggle, resilience, and hope in Nepal and Bangladesh. In these countries, less than half of adolescent girls possess adequate knowledge about menstruation, and cultural taboos and stigmas shroud this natural bodily process. For these young girls, managing menstruation isn't just about hygiene, it's a fight against social norms and discriminatory practices that often deprive them of their rights and dignity. Menstruation signals a girl's entry into womanhood, sexual activity, and reproduction, and as such, it is a crucial time for adolescent girls to learn about their bodies and health. Yet effective solutions to improve menstrual health are lacking, as evidenced by girls' lack of knowledge and unhealthy practices. Adolescents account for nearly a quarter of Nepal's population, approximately 6.4 million. They face many menstrual-related health problems and challenges amidst gender disparity and other discriminatory social norms in Nepali society. In South Asian countries like Bangladesh and Nepal, mothers are the immediate source of information and support during menstruation, followed by sisters and female friends. Most adolescent girls say they feel more comfortable discussing menstruation with their mothers, sisters, and friends than their teachers at school. Poor sanitation facilities and the unavailability of water supply have exacerbated poor menstrual hygiene among adolescent girls. It is common in the far and mid-western hills and mountains that require menstruating women to leave home and live in an outhouse. Similarly, menstruation is a secret affair in Bangladesh, and people are uncomfortable discussing it openly. Most of the time, young girls are not adequately informed about menstruation before it starts for the first time. Many adolescent girls lack hygienic sanitary materials and disposal options, access to a private place to change sanitary clothes or pads, clean water to wash their hands and bodies, and reusable sanitary products. Girls are left to manage their periods in ineffective, uncomfortable, and unhygienic ways, including using dirty rags, bark, and leaves.
पहिला हाम्रो विद्यालयमा छर्पीको व्यवस्थापन राम्रो थिएन। छर्पीको व्यवस्थापन राम्रो नभएका कारणले धेरै विद्यार्थीहरूलाई स्कुल आउन असहज भइरहेको थियो। अहिले राम्रो भइरहेको छ हाम्रो छर्पी।
তোমার বয়স?
আমার বয়স 14 বছর।
আচ্ছা, তোমার কি পিরিয়ড হয়েছে শুরু?
হ্যাঁ, আমার গত বছরই পিরিয়ড হয়েছে।
আচ্ছা, তোমার পিরিয়ডের সময় কি কোনো সমস্যা হয়?
হ্যাঁ, আমার পিরিয়ডের সময় আমার অনেক সমস্যা হয়। আমার পেট ব্যথা হয়। এই সময় আমার কোনো কিছুই ভালো লাগে না। আমার কোনো খাবারও ভালো লাগে না। এই সময় আমার মনও বসে না কোনো কাজে। আর অনেক পেটে ব্যথাও হয়।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, তোমার কি এই সমস্যা থেকে দূরে আসার জন্য তুমি কিছু করো?
হ্যাঁ, আমি আমার আম্মুকে জিজ্ঞাসা করছিলাম। তো আম্মু আমাকে এই সময় ভালো ভালো খাবার দেয়। আমি তখন ভালো লাগে। আবার আমার যখন প্রচণ্ড পেট ব্যথা হয় তখন আম্মু ওষুধও দেয়।
According to the National Hygiene Survey 2018 in Bangladesh, only 53% of school students had heard about menstruation before their first occurrence of period. There is a rising preference for sanitary pads, but the use of old clothes is still common. Many use a mix of pads and clothes. Around 20% of those who use old clothes follow the recommended cleaning and drying practices. Only 23% of schoolgirls have access to improved toilets with soap and water and a place to dispose of used MH materials. 30% of schoolgirls reported missing an average of 2.5 days a month due to periods. 36% of schoolgirls have received a lesson on MH from the school. An estimated 290,000 women and adolescent girls in Nepal menstruate. Menstruation is a normal part of life, yet many women and adolescent girls face significant obstacles to healthy menstrual hygiene practices. Only about 28% of public schools in Nepal have separate facilities with toilets for girls. Many girls experience fear, confusion, and concern during menarche. Only 15% use pads, and 83% of the menstruating girls use clothes. Despite this great need, there have been notably very few studies on menstrual health and hygiene in South Asia. The latest Nepal Demographic and Health Survey shows that 7 out of the top 10 health issues in teenage girls were menstruation related. Almost a quarter of teenage girls had no idea what their menarche was before its onset, and only 36% reported that menstruation was a monthly cycle where blood flows from the vagina for 4 to 5 days. Using reusable clothes during menses is common in South Asia. The use of sanitary pads among adolescent girls in urban areas is higher in comparison to adolescent girls in rural areas, 50% in urban versus 19% in rural, while the use of old pieces of cloth was higher among rural, 35%, than urban, 14%, adolescent girls. Additionally, there are little to no disposal pits for soiled pads in school facilities. Thus, during menstruation, many adolescent girls do not attend school. Other reasons adolescent girls cited for school absenteeism include pain, fear of leakage, and embarrassment should boys notice and then tease them. The lack of affordable, hygienic products and facilities is often compounded by cultural attitudes that view menstruation as shameful or dirty. As a result, many women and girls are excluded from aspects of social and cultural life, including religious activities. Studies show that 9 out of 10 girls face some type of restriction during menstruation. Although discriminatory beliefs and practices are illegal by law and are gradually changing in Nepal, in many parts of the country, especially in the far western part of the country, women and girls either are forced to spend 3 to 4 days outside of their homes, often in sheds, or in a separate room while they are menstruating. Many households in urban areas, including in the capital Kathmandu, prohibit menstruating women from entering kitchens or temples, eating with the family, or sleeping in their beds, perpetuating their social ostracization. In Bangladesh, the ready-made garment sector has been important in enhancing the country's economy. Women represent 85% of the total 24 million employees in the ready-made garment industry. There is a lack of knowledge and awareness among female garment workers about health issues. Garment factories are found to be inadequate and have unhealthy environments of bathroom facilities. Girls and women cannot change their pads timely, so they cannot maintain good menstrual hygiene practices. Adolescent girls are vulnerable to menstrual and reproductive health problems because they have little access to information and health care. Consequently, they face health risks in future. School education has a pivotal role in imparting knowledge and skills to develop healthy practices for sustainable MHM. Female teachers are an important source of information on menstruation, which helps break a taboo topic and openly discuss proper hygiene. This requires access to appropriate water, sanitation and hygiene services, including clean water for washing clothes used to absorb menstrual blood and having a place to dry them, having somewhere private to change clothes or disposable sanitary pads, facilities to dispose of used clothes and pads, and access to information to understand the menstrual cycle and how to manage menstruation hygienically. Initiatives have been taken by government agencies, educational institutions and NGOs to educate young girls on good menstrual hygiene practices in South Asian countries like Bangladesh and Nepal. Vending machines are being installed, where sanitary napkins can be purchased for low or free of cost. Girls and women are being taught how to make reusable and low-cost sanitary napkins which are cost-effective, sustainable and eco-friendly.
अहिलेका विद्यालयहरू धेरै जुन संस्थाबाट बिल्डिङहरू निर्माण भएको छ अनि चर्बी अनि सम्पूर्ण सामग्रीहरू जुटाइदिएको छ जुन शिक्षा कक्षादेखि लिएर सम्पूर्ण 8 कक्षासम्म हामीलाई सहयोग गर्दै आएको छ.
Radha Paudel Foundation in Nepal is changing the conversation on menstruation from hygiene to dignity with the initiation of a global network called the Global South Coalition for Dignified Menstruation. It has been making an effort to improve health, education, human rights, empowerment, and sanitation in remote areas and help eradicate the so-called deep-rooted traditions and cultures that violate human rights.
Radha Paudel Foundation चाहिँ officially 2017 मा सुरु गरेको हो. एकदम डेडिकेटेड डिग्निफाइड मेन्सुरेसनमा काम गर्नको लागि. डिग्निफाइड मेन्सुरेसन भनेको चाहिँ यो महिनावारीको अभ्यास, महिनावारीसँग जोडिएको सोच, धारणा र व्यवहारलाई मानव अधिकारको दृष्टिकोणले, ले चाहिँ सम्बोधन गर्ने, एनालाइसिस विश्लेषण गर्ने काम हो के। तपाईलाई के रे अघि हामीले व्याख्या गरियो नि, अघि यहाँ व्याख्या गरिएको विभिन्न खालको महिनावारी बार्ने अभ्यासहरू छ, चाहे त्यो घाना होस्, चाहे सुडान होस्, चाहे केन्या होस्, चाहे अर्जेन्टिना होस्, चाहे इक्वेडर होस्, चाहे पाकिस्तान होस्, चाहे बङ्गलादेश होस्, चाहे इन्डिया होस्, चाहे नेपाल होस्। अनि सबै ठाउँमा देखिने नदेखिने, छुन हुने कि नहुने, खान हुने कि नहुने, हिडुल गर्न हुने कि नहुने, महिनावारीको कुरा के भन्न हुने कि नहुने, अनि त्यसपछि के रे मौनता हैन, त्यो जुन ठ्याब निषेध गर्न पर्ने जुन खालको अभ्यास छ, त्यो सबै अभ्यासलाई हामीले मेन्स्ट्रुअल डिस्क्रिमिनेसन भन्छौँ। समाज, घर, विश्वविद्यालय, राज्य सबै मिलेर त्यहाँ डिप लेभलको एउटा साइलेन्स र इग्नोरेन्स क्रिएट गरेको छ। त्यो कारणले गर्दाखेरि धनी मान्छेहरू, पढे लेखेका मान्छेहरूले पनि महिनावारी विभेदको अभ्यास गरिरहेका छन्। यो नेपालको मात्रै कुरा हैन। द्याट इज अनलेस एन्ड अन्टिल वी डोन्ट डिसमेन्टल, we don't unveil the discriminatory menstrual practices, we cannot guarantee the equal, empowered or safe home or place everywhere. Between father and daughter, between son and mother, among the family members, wherever you are, whatever capacity you have, just start the conversation. Just talk about the factual things about the menstruation.
Konna Wellbeing Ltd in Bangladesh is an award-winning organization for a digital health awareness and service platform for factory workers. It has reached 15,000 users for health profiling, more than 1.2 million through social media, developed partnerships with 3 medical colleges, 6 factories, 6 online health service providers and many more.
Bangladesh is a small country in South Asia with 170 million people, where almost 50% are female. And nowadays, almost 57% women are using smartphone with internet access. Compared to digitalization, we still have a huge gap in different service industries like health. 10-15 years back, I couldn't imagine that I would have a place where I can drop my symptoms, I can keep my prescription, and I can ask any medical support through my device. But now, based on my current situation, I want a solution where I can get my personal health assistance anytime. At Konna, we are building a complete health assistance support and solution for the women.
In South Asia, the burden of this neglect is borne by millions of women and girls who are denied their rights to gender equality, education, access to water and sanitation, health and a life of dignity. Women require access to wash services to manage menstruation hygienically, yet this has been largely neglected by the wash sector in development. This requires longer-term strategies to bring about cultural change by breaking the silence in discussing this issue, tackling gender inequalities through female empowerment, and confronting the gendered perceptions and beliefs about roles and responsibilities held by both women and men. Safe and effective menstrual health management is a critical component of, and premise to, adolescent girls' good health and hygiene. When girls are more knowledgeable about their bodies and fertility, and able to manage their menstrual hygiene effectively, they may be more empowered and better equipped with the information, tools, and confidence necessary to manage their long-term health and hygiene. Girls should be given the knowledge, tools, and opportunities to manage their menstrual health and hygiene effectively. Through MHM, girls and women start their journey to safe and positive health and hygiene, learn about their own bodies and reproduction, and engage in making more informed communities for all.